Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Morning Brew Time. It is that time again, and I am so excited to be here with you today. Ooh, we have a great subject matter. And this Sunday, I'm excited because we're doing Brews that lift him. Brews that lift him. This is a Sunday that we set aside for our men, and we do brews that lift him, just subject matters that challenge and let our men know that we're on their side, that we value them. And so this Sunday, we have a great brew time for you men. So if you would, get your coffee, juice, water, tea as we brew on the subject matter. If it is your first time, welcome, welcome, welcome to Morning Brew Time. So men, this is where we set time aside for you, to feed into you, to just lift you up and let you know that you do matter. We see you. And so the subject matter today, I believe, is going to be helpful. I hope. My hope is that with Morning Brew Time, I'm presenting things that will help us in our life and in our life journey. So if you sense any nasalness today, I have a few challenges going on, but that's okay. It's not stopping me. We're still going to do our brews that lift him. I believe it's going to be great. I have my coffee as usual, and this is Miss Black. I love Miss Black because she keeps my coffee hot for a very long length of time. And so I'm going to take a sip. Hopefully that's going to help us. And I might have to take several sips as we're going through our time together. One moment. Nice and hot. Ooh, anybody else like coffee like me? I mean, I like tea too. Tea is great. Tea is great for cleansing also, all that good stuff. But there's nothing like my hot coffee in the morning. Let me get one more sip and we'll get started. Just what I need. So, my friends, all of the men, come on in. Come on in. We're going to talk about you, kings. We're going to talk about you. Because you matter, okay? I was listening to a broadcast and I heard something, and it made sense. I hadn't really thought about what this person was saying, but if you're familiar with the Bible, there's a book called Proverbs. And Proverbs has 31 chapters. The last chapter is 31. And sometimes you'll hear these phrases about the Proverbs 31 woman. Because in that chapter, it talks about this phenomenal woman that does everything, right? I mean, everything. And it really is one of those where you can look up to her. You know, you can aspire to be her. It's really a great chapter. I really think it is. But the first part of the chapter, and maybe because I'm a woman, I didn't really pay attention. I didn't pay attention to the first 9 verses. So, what we're brewing on today, men, is, can you find yourself faithful? And I'm asking that question because, and anyone really can listen to this, but this is for our men. I'm here to lift you up, right? And I'm asking that question because I know that you all want to better yourself, right? You all look for ways and how can I be better as a man and to my family, to my community. I know you all do this. And so this subject matter is about that. Can you find yourself faithful? And we're going to unpack that. We're going to unpack that, okay? But this scripture that we're going to talk about, Proverbs 31, verses 1 through 9, I felt was something we could brew on together that may help you in, if you don't know already, how valuable you being a king and your presence in your family and community. Okay, so Proverbs 31 verses 1 through 3. We're going to read. I want you to know that we need you, kings. We need you. Okay. And we see you. We need you and we see you. You're not on the back burner. You are valuable. I want you to hear that. Receive that. No matter what you hear and see in this world, know in your family and in your community, we hear you, we see you, we love you, and we need you. Okay? So, Proverbs 31. Now, this is a story about King Lemuel. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's Lemuel. Lemuel. King Lemuel is thinking about what the wisdom that his mother gave him. And so his mom was very wise. She talked to him. She must talk to him a lot. The thing is that he listened. Young kings, he listened to his mom. And the reason we know that is because he tells us what she said to him. It says, this is a mom talking to this young king. "Oh, my son, oh, son of my womb, son of my prayers, do not waste your strength on women, on those," she's talking about those women, "who ruin kings." That right there is power packed. That right there, we can brew on for a little bit. We won't, but I want you to hear it, because you may not have ever heard that. Right? You might have heard, go out there and sow your wild oats, whatever that means, right? But this mom was wise enough to tell him as a king, and I'm speaking to the kings, waste not your strength on women, on those women who ruin kings. How many times have we heard of women that men have just not being wise, out there having a good time, and that woman comes right back around and ruins that king. She takes him down, takes his money, ruins his family, ruins his life. And I'm speaking to the women, and this is, in my opinion, it's a woman that moves in a certain spirit. So it's not all women. Okay, we're not coloring all women to be this, but there are certain women who move in a certain spirit to where they don't care about you're married, you have family, children, you're the CEO, you own a business. They don't care. They're about their whole, that spirit that they walk in is about bringing you down. So she's telling him, don't waste your strength on these women. Just out there, wild. Just out there, using your body for anything, thinking you're having a great time. She's helping him to see, be wise with yourself, with your body. Take pride in yourself. Love yourself. Okay? Because these women, there are certain women, that is their goal. But you don't have to play into that. That's what she's telling them. Your strength. What happens after you have a intimate time with a woman? What happens? Your strength leaves. Does it not? Your strength leaves. All judgment is gone. It's gone out the window. Keep your strength for the one you're married to, for the one that you're going to marry. Keep your strength and be proud of it. I'm sorry, I was not going to stay there, but I don't think we talk to our men enough about it. It's important. Going on, verse 4. It is not for kings, O Lemuel, to guzzle wine. Rulers should not crave alcohol. For if they drink, they may forget the law and not give justice to the oppressed. We're talking about kings. Kings in our community and our family. It says here, don't guzzle wine, right? So that means just becoming, just drinking all the time and just staying drunk, right? Do not crave the alcohol, because what does it do? It will cause you to forget who you are. It will cause you to forget what you represent in your community and who you represent in your community. And you may say, I don't drink. That's fine. This is just an example. But maybe there may be a habit that you have that causes you to forget. And how can you have oppressed people unless you're the one that's over them, right? You're the one that's leading them. So it says here, they may forget the law and not give justice to the oppressed. That means they're leading somebody, right? You're leading. You may forget. It may not be wine, drinking, or anything. It could be, I am on my grind, on my hustle, right? I'm trying to make this money. And maybe you're drunken with that and not realizing you're forgetting who you represent and what you represent in your community. So that's just an example. Now I'm going to skip on down to verse 8. Because this is valuable too, I believe, for our kings in our family and our community. She tells her son, the king, speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. Ensure justice for those being crushed. Wow. Wow. She says, speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. Ensure justice for those who are being crushed. Remember, I just said sometimes we can get caught up and different things can get our focus off and we don't have a balance and we forget who we represent and what we represent in our community. All right, but these first 9 verses of Proverbs 31, if they don't speak loud and clear to our kings, I don't know what does. I was like, I've never paid attention. But when it was time for you all, I went and read and I said, oh my goodness, this is great. Even for us that you're leading, for us to even know, so that we can value you even more. Okay? Speak up for the poor and helpless and see that they get justice. Wow. So God cares about the lowly, right? And so we're supposed to also speak up for the poor and helpless and see that they get justice. Just see that they're being treated right. Don't allow foolishness to happen in your community, on your streets. Don't allow it. Kings, don't allow it. We're not putting up with foolishness in our communities. We are there to take care of one another. Right? Yes. So moving on, I wanted to just lay that foundation because it takes us to our question of the day. Can you find yourself faithful? And it comes from Proverbs again, the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 6. And it reads, most men or people, will proclaim his own goodness and his own loyalty. But who can find a faithful man? So it's just talking about, people will talk about the good things that they do. Right? I do this, I do that. I'm loyal, right? But it takes it a step further and asks the question, but who can find a faithful man? Wow. Why would it say that? If I'm doing good things, if I feel like I'm loyal, why would you have that question on the backhand of it? So men, I want to challenge you because I know that you're challenging yourself. And we're all on this road together, right? Figuring things out. And I want to challenge you and say, ask yourself the question, can I find myself faithful? Can I find myself faithful? And we're going to unpack that. We're going to unpack that for you. And hopefully at the end, it makes sense. And hopefully this challenge really gets you going, gets your wheels going, and you're thinking about, different things that you do in your life and the people that you love and you lead. That's hopefully what we're wanting to do here today, okay? All right? So, this question is asked in a way that suggests it's rare or it's uncommon to find a faithful man. Right? People talk about how the good things they do. I did this, I did that. But still, it's rare or uncommon, it feels like it, to find a faithful man. This question also suggests that those who are faithful, listen up, those who are faithful are very valuable. Yes, very valuable. We can't do without you, really. Many people say they are loyal, they're dependable, they're loving, right? But proving it through consistent actions is rare. So one of the words we're going to think about is consistency. Consistency, because when you're consistent in an action, then over time, it just becomes a habit. Any habit, anything that you do, anything you're consistent at, over time, just becomes a habit. Right? So if you're consistently loving on your family consistently, then over time, it's just a habit. This is just what I do. I love my family, right? If you're consistently sing about your community, over time, it just becomes a habit, right? That community is in your heart. You're going to do it. All right? It's not only about marital or romantic loyalty, okay? Even though that is part of it, it's not just that. Faithfulness means being steadfast in commitments, responsibilities, integrity, friendships, and even to God. Right? Let's read that again. Faithfulness means being steadfast, right? Grounded, committed, right? In commitments, responsibilities, integrity, friendships, and even to God. Wow. This is great. Because what it does is just helps us to evaluate ourselves. And what do we do on Morning Brew Time? We're always doing that. We're always going back and looking inward, checking ourselves, right? Because that's how we grow. We're not here to point the finger. That's not what Morning Brew Time is about. But it is about us shedding light on things and areas where we can grow, we can get better, right? Yes. To me, this verse invites us to examine our character. Okay? Because we often think about, who am I? Who do I want to be? And the awesome thing about living long enough, just living life, you get to evolve. Because we're not going to know everything all at once. That's not even possible. God didn't even make us that way. But we're made in such a way that as life continues, we evolve. But we do get to think about, who do I want to be? What kind of person do I want to be? And we get to change it. We get to make changes, right? We get to be conscious of our actions, conscious of those around us and what we do and how it affects them, right? Yeah. We get to reflect and ask ourselves, am I faithful? Do I follow through on my word, even when it's hard or inconvenient? Faithfulness is more about consistency in character rather than occasional acts of goodness. So kings, when your children see you, what do they see? What do they see in your character? Not just the things you do for them, right? But what do they see about the king of their home or the king in their life? In your community, what do kids see? What kind of example? Right? You get to decide. You get to challenge yourself. What area is it that I can work on? Yes? We get to challenge, and it's great. It's good. It's a good thing. It's not bad. It's not to shed light on something bad. No. It's a great thing to evolve, to not stay the same. Let me just put a pin right here. You do not want to stay the same. You want to evolve. You want to get better as a person. I can tell you, there have been times that I have been saddened. Like literally, I feel bad for the persons that I've seen where I've known them in the past, and when I see them in the future, like when I see them again years later, I'm expecting a change for the better. Because that's really what I want for people. I want people to be better, get better, evolve, rise, right? We should want that for people. But I can tell you, I have seen people that have not. Maybe they don't know that they should. Maybe they don't want to. Maybe they don't understand that they truly do matter in such a way that they're affecting other people's lives. I don't know. But for me, I'm saddened because I'm like, oh man, they're still, you don't want to be the same, I'm telling you. You want to evolve. So I'm encouraging us today. I'm encouraging us to not be the same. Yes, you can change. People change all the time. All the time. People change. So, I didn't mean, I just had to. You don't want to stay the same. So faithfulness is more about consistency in character rather than occasional acts of goodness. All right. So our kings, I want to leave you with this statement. I know I've given you a lot to think about, but this statement here, I hope, encourages you the most. A faithful man is rare, but he is valuable, he is treasured, and trustworthy. Someone whose presence, underline that. Someone whose presence, your presence, being there, makes life, listen, secure and stable. That's major. Your presence makes life secure and stable. We are just so glad. We're ecstatic that we have you, kings. And we want you to know how valuable your presence is in your family's life, in your children's life, in your community. Your presence helps make us secure and stable. So, for those of you who continue to show up, thank you. Thank you so much. And for those of you who are deciding today, I'm going to show up for my family and my community, thank you. Thank you so much, because we need you. We need you. Wow. Thanks so much for joining me today. I am just so glad that we had this time to brew on this, and hopefully this will be helpful in the days to come, in decisions that you're making. I pray that you have an awesome day today and a prosperous week in every area of your life. And I look forward to us joining together next time, next Sunday on Morning Brew Time. Bye for now.